shut my key.
Duh. I'm an animal, eat you up like a cannibal. Niggas be perpetrating, they be sweeter than some Danimals.
Well, you guys know what I got going on a little bit. Just holler at y'all a little bit today. First things first, man, I'm a cigar fan. Anybody who's watching this, who's ever liked, comment, and subscribed, if you know anybody who has a connect to Cuban cigars, I know you can't post it because of import issues, but holler at me somehow, right? And get with me, and I really would like that information ASAP. Went to Honduras a while back. In Honduras, I found Cuban cigars, like actual Cuban cigars. Cost me an arm and a leg, but well worth it. And ever since I've been locked in on cigars, right? It's not an everyday thing, but every now and then, casually, as I'm just sitting around chilling, just kind of by myself, getting my thoughts about me, like I'll pull a cigar out, shot a Patron, and just kind of hang out by myself and do my thing. But I'm not promoting smoking. I don't do any drugs per se. I don't do anything crazy. I'm just a cigar guy. So take that as you will. Now, I've been missing in action a little bit for the past couple of months. Just figured I'd give you guys a little a brief soliloquy on what's been going on with me, where I've been, stuff like that, for the people who wanted to know. For the people that have subscribed and liked and commented, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. I'm not going nowhere. Sometimes life be lifing. Let's just keep it real. Life be lifing sometimes, and this shit ain't fun. All right. I'm not an emotional person. I'm not a crybaby. I'm not a whiner. That's just not who I am. As a person. Anybody who knows me can attest to that. But life does sometimes happen, and sometimes it takes time to sit in front of these cameras and just have conversation and just talk. Production and editing and stuff like that. And sometimes it's just a time thing. It's not a lack of effort. It's just a time thing. So quickly, like everybody has people that they care about a different way. You might not say it out loud, but there's people in your life that have impacted your life a certain way, and you can't change that. It is what it is. Well, one of my closest aunts to me passed away not too long ago. It kind of put me in a dark space a little bit, because when I moved to Texas from Delaware, which is Wilmington Stand-Up 302, you know what it is. I had moved here with her, and I had lived with her from probably the time I was 13, until I moved out of her house, after high school, whatever the case may be. And, the relationship wasn't always great, but the fact that she took a chance on me when I didn't know her, we didn't know each other at the time, is something that I always cherish. It's something that I'll always respect. But again, it wasn't a great relationship per se, but it was beneficial for us both. I needed somebody to give me some time and energy. I needed help. I was trying to find myself, and she gave me time to find myself. The person that I was when I got here wasn't a good person. I wasn't a nice person, right? There was a lot of baggage that I carried with me from Delaware to here, and she had patience, and she gave me grace, and she allowed me to make some mistakes, and I appreciated that. And recently she passed away. And so because of that, I kind of, like I said, was in a bad place for a little bit. On top of that, I left my job. I started a new job, right? My schedule was crazy at the old gig. Now I'm doing something where I have more free time on home weekends, things like that. I coach my son's football team. I'm a volunteer firefighter. So in between going to fires, coaching football during this time of the year, the personal stuff that I got going on, it just hasn't been a very good time the past couple months. And I've been working very hard on trying to get that time freed up in order for me to do this thing that I'm doing right now. Because truth be told, I really, really love this thing that I'm doing right now. I really like sitting here and just kind of chopping it up. I don't talk to people much, so when I get to kind of sit here and just do this thing, it's really kind of therapeutic for me, and I appreciate the people who do, listen and kind of take in what it is that we talk about. Now, away from that, the cigar is good. Away from that, Um, Currently, I'm sitting outside a little hangout area at a hotel in Corpus Christi, Texas. Corpus Christi, for people who don't know, who aren't from Texas, it's a little beach town. Not a little beach town, but it's a nice sized beach town. There's a lot that goes on here, stuff like that. You know, big parties, big beach action, you know, stuff like that. And my son happened to be on a select team, and they're actually playing a football tournament in this city for the weekend. So got here Friday afternoon, hung out, you know, saw the sights, went and seen some stuff that you guys are gonna, you know, see if either before we start talking in this video or after or in between. There's some B-roll, there's some footage and some stuff that I'm gonna throw in just so you guys can kind of see kind of what we had going on. What up, y'all? We back. It's your boy Feast. Got Bryce with me. We're out here in Corpus Christi for a football tournament for the weekend. So we're out here doing some sightseeing right now. Nothing crazy, just kind of getting some stuff situated before the game today. He's psyched, ready to go. So seeing some sights with the fam, hanging out, enjoying ourselves a little bit. So, you know, just keep up with us. We're going to move around, take some pictures, shoot a little video here and there. So we'll be all later on. Later. Peace.
You think? What do you think about it?
It was good, and I like the food, and yeah, people are nice in there, and they like Eagles, so
Hey, yeah, let's come back.
Um, Tonight it's 9:51 at night right now, so the game's over. We play again tomorrow at 11:30, so we got to be at the field at 10. So, you know, it's gonna be early night tonight. Get up in the morning, get situated, you know, breakfast, the whole shebang, stretching, Epsom salt, the whole thing taken care of. You know, youngster's body, making sure he's ready to go. But won our game today convincingly. Pretty good team overall. Coaching ain't all that, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, they won the game. Now, with that, this is a hard conversation for me to have because I've been coaching football for maybe 12 years now, give or take. I haven't been on the sideline. I hadn't been on the sideline as a parent in a long time, and so it's weird today not coaching on this team, and my kid and his best friend who are on the same team together in my town are on the same team here, and I've been coaching them for years, and for them to look at me and me not be on the sideline and see little things I can help them with, or little things that like are itching in me for me to yell out there or walk on the field and go fix, is like, it's crazy. I don't know if I can do this again going forward. I'm just not the guy to just sit there. I love football. Like, football saved my life. Like, one day we'll have that conversation. Like, I love football. Like, there's not another sport that I care about, that I need, that I yearn for other than football. Like, football is the one thing that I have been spoken to numerous times about, like, taking to the next level, either junior high, high school, whatever the case may be. And it's the one thing that I'm really considering. And it's not that it's something that I have to consider per se. Again, it just turns into a time thing, right? Fire departments, you know, all the time, you know what I mean? And then, you know, everything else I have going on. So, but again, we won the game convincingly, good game. Now, the game after that one, there was a team warming up outside of the field, like behind the bleachers. And I hear music over my shoulder as I'm sitting in the bleachers and I'm just watching the youngsters play. And I heard a bunch of cussing and the music and all of that, right? Now, for those people who don't know, Texas football is like big business, right? Like it's it, right, in Texas. So I happen to look over, I look down there and I see a bunch of all black uniforms, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, black cleats, black socks. Like they look like Jordan 11s, like the midnight joints. Like they like black everything. Coaches all black. Boombox and music list to black. The cart they pulled the fucking drinks in, black. Everything's black. Now, there's something about that just intrigues me. Like the noise intrigues me. When I start hearing certain type of action and I start, again, this is the football guy in me, right? I get excited. Like I'm watching and I'm seeing these guys warm up and I'm like, man, these guys are like the best show on turf. Like I gotta like watch some of this. These guys walk out in the field, all type of cuss words in the music, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, people look in some type of way, people, you know what I mean? Some people don't like that type of music. Some people want to keep it clean because there's kids here, whatever. Listen, I agree to a point, right? There's a couple things I agree on. You know, I noticed too that this team didn't pray. It's another thing that I agree with. I'll get to those things in a minute. They take the music to the 50-yard line and they're bumping this music as loud as you can hear. Like as far as literally I walked to the concession stand and back and I could still hear the music. They were jamming the hell out of this music. And I don't have a problem with it. They walked out here and we watched maybe the first quarter. And every single time this team touched the ball, they were scoring like one play. Like these kids were running like they were like track stars, right? And it was very impressive for me to watch as a football coach, like because I understand there's levels, right? And this team looked like they were just confident, like everything about them was confident. They're running over guys, they're running through arm tackles, the whole nine. I don't know what age group this team is, but I'm gonna update y'all tomorrow because if we play this team tomorrow, I think we still will win. I think we have better players. I think the team is better. The team that my son plays on. But I think the individuals, they have better individuals. I don't know, but they touched the ball maybe 3 or 4 times that first quarter. They scored every single time, like every single time. It wasn't even close, right? Like they're running away from guys. Very impressive, very, very, very impressive. And I say that to say this, like not everybody's built for competition. In life, in sports, and whatever, right? Now, there's 2 things I need to get back to. One thing is the music and one thing is the prayer. And again, this is just my opinion. This is just me. I'm just chopping up. I hadn't talked to him a little bit. This is just me talking. Cussing the music for sports. I don't have a problem with it per se, as long as it's not like repetitive, right? And it's not, depends on how vulgar, right? If you talking about, you know, that's a little too much. But every now and then, if the dam gets tossed in there or a hill gets tossed in there or whatever, okay, cool. I'm not going, you know, phone home about it, you know, whatever. But I do understand everybody's ears isn't mine, and you have to understand too that a lot of these youngsters, they're listening to this music at home, in the car, to the game. So when you get to the game and you put on Drake, the clean version, and you don't, I mean, and they're listening to Lil Baby, the explicit version in the car, it's a different conversation. Like they're not going to get that same version of them out, you know what I mean, out during game time. This is a good cigar, I like this. Speaking of that, I know I'm off on a tangent. Real quick, does anybody smoke cigars? Right? If you smoke cigars, how many times do you have to buy a new cutter and buy a new lighter and or matches? Because I know. I'm supposed to be lighting a cigar with matches and not a lighter. I understand. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? I literally have like 5 cutters in all different places, and every time I go somewhere, I forget to grab one. And as far as in the lighter and or matches to bring with me. So I literally have to find a cigar spot everywhere I go when I'm on vacation or I'm out of town somewhere in order to get a cigar, get a cutter, get a lighter. And sometimes, depending on the grade of cigar, like sometimes that's like $80. right? It's like $80 sometimes. You can go buy a $50 cigar, you're right, if it's aged long enough and everything's good to go on it, yada yada, right? So with that said, let me get back to it. So that's the thing with the music for me. Number two, and more importantly for me, it isn't the music. It's the praying part. Now listen, I'm not. I am not a atheist. So I don't knock nobody's religion, right? I have my own beliefs, right? But I played football for a long time at a very, very high level. I understand what happens in these games. I understand what happens in the bottom of these piles. I understand the violence and the disrespect that happens, right? In the bottom of these piles, people are spitting in your face masks. People are talking about your mom. They stepping on you on purpose. They kicking you. They're doing whatever they can to get an edge. And the one thing I don't need to be is holier than thou when I'm trying to survive on this football field. And so I don't have a problem with it. It's not a big deal. It's not an issue. I noticed that this team didn't do that. And it almost made me wonder, like, what direction the coaches are trying to take this team if they're not already in that direction already. Because sometimes football players and or coaches, they lose track of the main thing. Like, keep the main thing the main thing. If you ever heard that saying, like, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, but keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing ain't about giving grace to this person or that person. Sometimes it's about being able to fucking just survive the game and make it to the next game. Sometimes it's really simple. It's really not hard sometimes. And when you have something that simple, it's a lot easier to keep focus on the things that you're trying to do when you understand that the main thing is the main thing. You understand what I'm saying? So, boom. So, you know what I mean? So that's that. I thought that was real impressive. The team they were playing though was weird. Like, they were dressed like laundry detergent. Like, they had like light blue pants and like light green tops. Like, I didn't understand it. I know it was crazy. I think I have a picture. If I have a picture, I'm gonna insert the picture. That way y'all can see what I'm referring to. But boy, they sure didn't look like they knew what was going on. Like, they looked like laundry detergent. That's exactly what it looked like. You know, it was a little weird, but it is what it is, right? Boom. So, after that, the game was situated. We got, ran around, got some Epsom salt, things like that, man. And, now I'm here kicking it. Just wanted to give you guys an update on my day. I definitely want to give you guys, going forward, some more insight as to what my days are like, how my days go, some of the stuff that I do, some of the stuff that I don't do, and on top of that, youngster wants to kind of get himself situated in the YouTube space and things like that. And so, kind of been working with him a little bit on his confidence and trying to get him comfortable. He wants to do gaming, so I don't know if gaming would work for him, but that's what he wants to do. So that's what he wants to do. Hey, we're gonna figure it out. So if I gotta rig the whole house up or whatever, or build up his own little studio space, for him to have his fun, that's what we're gonna do. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is, 100%. So yeah, that's been a day, man. It's definitely been a good day. It's definitely been a well-needed break from the monotony of the everyday grind, man, and everything's gonna line itself out in the direction that it needs to, whether you wanted to, whether we needed to, whatever the case may be. It's all a part of the process, and along with that process comes patience, so, in life, and as well as the kids' life, I'm saying? These kids are going to be great athletes, and as parents, sometimes you gotta learn to take the back seat, you know what I'm saying? So, but man, it's been an amazing journey. I'm really enjoying the space that I'm getting into now. For people who don't know, man, it's okay to reinvent yourself. I'm 36 at this point, right? I've lived it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, I've cried. I've been to funerals. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I've and for whatever reason, I'm still here. So, with that said, man, it's all with a grain of salt, man. But every now and then you kind of have to kind of gotta sit yourself down and kind of like just reevaluate yourself and figure out what direction you need to go in order to be, prosperous going forward. Sometimes that direction might not be the direction you want to go in, but it's the direction that you need to go in for the reason that you need to do it. So on top of that, check this out. I think I'm going to have to change the name of this channel. I know I'm just off the topic at the moment. I am aware that there is another channel with the same name, I believe. I want to look into that because I don't want to have any issues going forward. I don't want to have to, I don't want you guys having to send you guys to people that you guys may not really want to go to, or whatever the case may be. I definitely want to create something that is mine and mine alone, trademark the whole nine. And so as I'm doing my research, I may kind of be changing this thing up, name wise, of course, but the video that I'm doing right now is definitely something that I want to add into my repertoire, along with my story times and stuff like that, and so I'll keep you guys posted on that. I have to figure some things out logistically, and I have to figure out some stuff because merch that I've already printed up that I wear personally, it's not for everybody else. Yet, I'm just I'm just thinking ahead. And me being transparent, I don't mind speaking to you guys about it. You know what I'm saying? So, as I go forward, man, I'm definitely going to try to add some things more, day in the life type stuff and things like that for these things that happen. Because I definitely do. I think my life turned out to be great overall compared to where it would have been or where I should be. So at the end of the day, I can't complain. I appreciate the time, appreciate the energy. I won't keep y'all too long, man. Hey, I love y'all. If y'all love me back, man, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to sign out for now. I'll be right back like I never left. Peace. And what's the word, yo? Listen, quick story time. I'm going to tell you a story about how my past life caught up with, at the time, my past life caught up with my present life, and how my past life saved me from doing God knows what in the present. Put my cigar down for this one. So, I'm in high school, right? I'm in high school. It's a group of guys that I hang with in high school. A lot of them football players that I play with or whatever. Some of them is family, whatever. But to me, if you know me, I don't got a lot of friends. I got a lot of family. Like, my guys are my guys. Even, some of the girls that I know, like, they family to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're more family to me than my own family. I got a brother, I got a sister, but, the relationship with them is what it is. So the people around me that watched me grow up and the people that were around when I didn't have nothing and stuck through it with me, are the ones that I claim. I don't care about what nobody else got to say. It is what it is. So again, I'm in high school, and so there was some issues, some tensions, whatever the case may be, for whatever reason. One of my homies then got into a fight with this other guy, however that went, whatever the case is, boom, whatever. My homie, which is a good friend of mine, like we was like this, you know what I'm saying? He comes to me and he goes, "Hey bro, listen, after school today, or after school tomorrow, whatever, we're going to go meet them over here, this place, and we're going to fight it out." Now the place that they were telling me that they were going to meet is in a very secluded space, right? Like these are different neighborhoods. It's all one big hood, but it's separate neighborhoods in the big hood, right? So we stayed in this neighborhood over here. We intertwined and intermingled over here. We politicked over here. This other group of guys politicked over there, right? And so me being me, and kind of I've always been like a methodical thinker. Like I've always been like a thinker. Like I'm a doer as well, but I've always kind of been like I'm always like the logical person. Maybe it's because I never really got into like um doing drugs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a pretty clean person, like, which is crazy to me because like, I'm a pretty like once upon a time a pretty disrespectful cat at the end of the day. You know what I mean? In certain situations, right? But I'm always clear-minded, so like I try to only give action to people that are asking for action. If you ain't asking for no action, I ain't trying to give it to you. It's just not that deep to me. I've always been like that. But in this situation, I'm at school and he's telling me this, and I look at him and I say, "Hey man, you shouldn't go to that." And he's like, "Well, you know, we can't go. We can't not look. We can't, you know, we can't look soft." You know what I'm saying? He's telling me just give me the rundown. Can't look soft, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll you know, we got to make sure we, you know, we lock them, you know, who we playing with, blah, 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 the whole nine. My wheels are spinning. My wheels are telling me, well, okay, what would happen if I told, you know, me and whoever has an issue, I tell you, hey, meet me here. If y'all got an issue, meet me here at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. It's dark. You know what I mean? Y'all got a 10-minute drive to y'all's house. Y'all don't know the environment like we know the environment, in a park where there's no light. Why would that make any sense for me to tell you guys that and you guys to do it? So I told him, I said, hey, it's a bad idea. Why? I said, because I know what I would do if I was them. That's what I told him. I looked him in his face and said that. I said, look, bro. I said, look. I said, I love y'all, bro. I said, I'm telling you, but it's a bad idea. I'm not pleading my case, but I'm kind of like, in a way, I'm kind of pleading my case, like, hey, like, this is dumb. Like, don't be stupid. Like, this is dumb. Like, I know I've been here at this moment. I understand. You maybe don't, right? And there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, but again, this is my past is coming back. Like, had my past not going the way it had went, I'd have been there, and I didn't go. So we didn't talk anything else about it. We just kind of left it alone. There wasn't even no beef. He didn't, you know, feel away or whatever. Or he never said anything about it. Cool. So that night or whatever that day, whatever day they went over there. So they get up, they get situated. I think there's like 2 or 3 cars in them. They park under a street light. I am preoccupied at the moment, right? I'm doing my own thing over here. I'm not paying it no mind because part of me is like, I hadn't heard nothing else about it. I'm thinking they didn't go. My phone rings. I'm sitting around, my phone rings, and all I hear is yelling and like running on the phone. So the caller on the phone is my homie. He's like, hey man, they shooting. So now, just the way I love my guys, I jump up, you know what I mean? I got it, you know, I at the time, you know, I own firearms, you know what I'm saying? I jump up, you know what I mean? I'm trying to head that way, you know, and everybody gets out of there, so it was no harm, no foul. It is what it is, whatever the case would be. But I was told the story. They pulled over into the neighborhood. They parked under a street light. The guys that they went to go meet were in the park in the dark. They never saw them. They never noticed them in the park. They parked under a street light. The guys saw them, they couldn't see them, and apparently shots rang out. Luckily, nobody got hit, right? By the grace of God, nobody got hit, you know, because that would have been a different situation had somebody got hit. But to this day, like, there's been so many moments in my life where, like, your spider sense starts to tingle. And I tell people all the time, like, hey, if your spider sense don't tingle, you ain't been through nothing. Or you ain't been through nothing real if your spider sense don't tingle. I've got hundreds of stories, man, where my spider sense starts tingling and I'm like, I know this is gonna go bad. But there's certain situations where I can't avoid it even if I want to. This situation I was able to avoid. Luckily everybody got lined out. But one thing that you should never do, and trust me, take my word for it, if you got an issue with somebody, don't meet them anywhere. This is one of the things that I commend about my upbringing, about being back home in Delaware. You know, Delaware, Philly, New Jersey, New York, all them places, man. Like growing up in that area, like it's so rowdy and it's so cool at the same time. Because a lot of times you know where you stand with people. A lot of time, not always, but a lot of time. Back home, we're not waiting. We're not meeting you later. There ain't no, hey, meet me after school. Nah, dog. I don't know who you're related to. I don't know who you know in here. I don't know who you gonna call. I'm not waiting for you after school. If you tell me that there's an issue, me and you gonna fix this issue right now. So that way, if there is an issue, at least later on, at least we know what it's about. And it's not a knock. It's not a knock to Texas. It is not a knock. Please don't take it disrespectful, because it's not. It's not disrespect at all. I prefer it the way that it is here. People go, hey, at 4 o'clock today, we're gonna fight, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So you got to walk by this person in school all day. All day. They don't say nothing to you. You don't say nothing to them. But you know at 9 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, y'all gonna fight, bro. Listen. I'm cool, but you're not gonna walk by me all day knowing that at 4 o'clock we're gonna fight. Nah, dog, sorry. I'm snuffing you. When I see you, I'm snuffing you, and we're gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not promoting violence. I'm not trying to, nothing. This is just a story time about how my past has helped my present. You know what I mean? And God forbid, like, everybody, God forbid I'm ever in that situation again, like, I would do the same thing. Hey, bro, like, I'm not, my ego isn't big enough for me to go bury you because I didn't say something, because I wanted you to look tough, bro. I'm cool. I'm 36, bro. I'm cool with not looking tough. I'm cool. If you think that me sitting on this camera would allow you to put me in a situation where I'm going to let my ego get in the way and get myself put in a pine box, I'm cool. You got it, bro. Nah, dog, I'm cool. Now, under imminent circumstances, we're gonna have a different conversation. But yeah, man, there's a lot of people who have these stories. They have this spider sense, and they don't go with the spider sense. They want to make it a point to prove how tough they are. They want to impress a bunch of motherfuckers that don't care about them. They want to prove to the girls over here who don't even like them that they tough. Man, damn that, bro. Hey, dog, listen, I'm 36 and I'm a square, bro. You got it, bro. You got it. I don't care about what y'all think. I really don't. I mind my business. I stay out the way. But everybody in that story, for the most part, that I still talk to, that I conversate with, everybody's in good health, man. Everybody's like kids. Everybody, for the most part, has grown out of that mindset, man. And now they have a situation, more importantly, that they survived, that now their spider sense will tingle if ever they're in that situation again going forward. And hopefully they can help their youngsters or their little cousins or their brothers or whoever if they're ever in that situation, and they can be that voice of reason, and they can attempt to save their bloodline and help their bloodline grow and push the positivity forward. So, man, that's my quick story time, man. I won't keep y'all, man. It's your boy Feast signing out. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.